done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
కానీ
good one.
నేను ఆఫీస్లో ఉన్నా. సారీ, ఆఫీస్ అంట, దీన్ని ఏమంటారు, క్లాస్లో ఉన్నా, మళ్ళీ చేస్తా. ఓకేనా, నువ్వు అయిపోయినాక వచ్చేసి. ఓకే.
So you have downloaded 17 version, right?
Yeah, bro. The latest version I have downloaded, and
Yeah. Before that, you have to know about what are the features introduced in this version, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Just downloaded 17th version, and then I have created, and I have to backup, and I have restored that one.
Backup, have taken right click and backup or PG backup. There's a backup tool basically, PG backup, PG dump.
A PG dump is there, but I have took here only.
Right click and that backup, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the GUI part. Okay.
Yeah, GUI part, but I have to understand that also. And the configuration part, that is also here, dashboard here in configuration part. If we need to increase only the shared buffer and work memory and maintenance work memory, these are the, I mean, tuning part, right? I mean,
Yes. So we have to
yes.
start from shared buffer, work memory, temp buffer, maintenance memory, right? These are the
Yeah,
four basically. Then one more thing, that connections, max connections.
yeah,
By
max
default is
connection.
by default is 100, right?
Yeah. And
Then
I have seen that architecture also, Postgres architecture, like postmaster and background process and memory, shared memory, like in that this.
have you just a minute, have you are shared na? Let me just discuss this thing. Let me open a PGSQL. So you have shared na, so it will not read my desktop, right?
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Just
wait.
I'm no, you keep sharing. I'm just reading the name basically. Okay, just wait,
Okay.
just wait. PG cluster not. The replication, about the replication. Leave it. OIT versions. Okay. No, that is in monitoring part. Okay, let me open my monitoring document I have or not. Replication configuration. Sorry, I'm feeling too
Okay,
tired.
bro.
Since morning I'm working basically.
Oh, I think
Tomorrow I
I'm
have to,
giving.
tomorrow I also have to work for Bhandara basically since 5 a.m. Since
Oh,
5:30
okay.
p.m. So let me discuss something. Open. Yes, open. So I am just discussing here about monitoring part, the background processes, right? So
Yeah.
background processes you have to know about basically. If you know about this, na, in this we have a chat or not? This window we get chat window. Yes, I have. Okay, just a minute. I'm sharing one snap to you, a
Okay.
snapshot. So we'll discuss this. This is a basic, not basic, but this is very mandatory for any interview. Basically, we
Mm-hmm.
have to just reply on this. What are the basic background processes and all, right?
Yeah.
So, this where is command? This one.
I had some I mean, I have seen some glance about background process. First,
Uh-huh.
how the query will go to, first, if we have given uh, select star from EMP, then first it
Mm-hmm.
will go to the postmaster. Then after that, it
Yes.
postmaster will check whether it having necessary permissions or not. After that, it
Yes.
will go to the background process. Background process will create the background, I mean, process. It will go to the shared buffer. In that,
Yes.
if that table is there in the buffer, then it will give output to the client, or else it will go and read to the disk. From there it will give,
Like
then
access
yeah,
management, right?
yeah. Then if there is any change in the data like update and the delete and any inserts have happening, wall buffer is there. Wall
Yeah.
buffer will capture the data, then after that it will write in the uh, wall file,
Yes, that is
wall
log
data
file.
file. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
log file. And we can enable also archive files also, for log file as a copy of backup, these log backups, these logs actually.
Mm.
In there, I need to understand what vacuum,
Yes.
some
When and
uh,
how, where you have to perform the vacuum basically, right?
yeah, yeah, how vacuum, where we can use. Then some more components are there, like what to say, commit, compounds, I forgot that.
It's it's not approving here, yeah. Why? I cannot say anything. Why it is saying that?
Every day.
Like, what happened? I have to share any message, na? Any,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's ridiculous, yeah. Okay, so let's discuss about the BGP, sorry, background process. See, the background process is basically logger, writer, wall writer, checkpointer, auto vacuum,
Yeah,
archive,
yeah,
and a
yeah,
stat
yeah,
collector, right?
yeah.
So I think you have gone through this. I will share this PPT, but I'll show you in PPT basically. Okay, let's I think discuss this. Okay, first.
Okay,
So have you shared? You have shared your description. Let me
okay,
share
okay.
my.
Yeah, yeah, you share, I'll stop
uh,
sharing.
Yeah, let me share my presenting now.
Yeah.
So I have to select window, which window or entire window?
Mm,
Entire window. Let's see, entire window.
yeah,
Now it's shared and you are able to see, right?
yeah.
So this is a PPT basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've created, I think 6 years ago, I think so. It's very long. So I think
Okay,
this is on 9.5, I think.
okay,
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 so this is for monitoring
okay.
part. Just okay. So in monitoring, we'll see the background processes, services start, stop, PG catalog, system catalogs. We can say that system views, statics collectors, and how to monitor PostgreSQL server via CLI command line tool, system databases, and then OS level monitoring command, Linux basics, basic commands, right? And
Mm-hmm.
front end tool or back end tool, whatever we have as a set tool, we can see that, right? Too many tools
Okay,
inside that. Okay.
okay.
So here is that background processes basically logger, writer,
Wall
wall
writer.
writer, check pointer, auto vacuum, launcher, okay, archive, and a state collector. See, so as named now, we are just finding these details in this one, right? So
Mm-hmm.
logger is just for log error log in the log message. Basically, we can see that the logs of the databases and all, right?
Okay.
Writer, it is writing the dirty buffer right in the file, basically, it is dirty pages, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
is we in SQL Server we have a what we can say lazy writer, right?
Lazy writer, yeah.
Seems like legislator we can see that, right?
Yeah,
Then we have a wall writer writing wallpaper right to wall files basically, like check
yeah.
it's a writing committed
Mm.
data basically, and the check pointer, like check point is occur every 55 seconds, or
55
we can
seconds.
yeah, minimum 55 seconds we can set it that. Okay,
Okay.
not max, but we can set as per our requirement basically, right?
Okay, okay.
In PostgreSQL facilities and SQL Server too, right? Then
Yeah.
auto vacuum archival, it is we can archive the data files, sorry, wall files and all. We can archive to different locations and all. We can share that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The stat collectors means database uses that we can save from. We can save that. That is will get from PG stat activity and PG stats all tables. That will get the details of that is collected by the stats of databases users, and we what the user perform like, right?
Okay,
The
okay. That
commands
is
and all.
just like
SP who
statistics.
to, yeah, SP who
Yeah,
to, we can say
SPO2.
that,
Okay.
right?
Auto vacuum, bro. How it will work? I
Auto
understood like
vacuum, some
it
say
releases
some,
the space.
yeah, space, yes, that is means we can say that auto vacuum means we can just reorganizing that, right? Or we can just
Okay,
shrink, we can say that simply.
okay,
Means this there is a space, okay, the bolted table, that is you have deleted that one, right? The
okay,
table
okay. Uh-huh.
means you have deleted the rows, but you have not done any activity on that, right? So it
Okay,
will
okay.
execute after some time, and it will means we can release that
Releases the
release the
space.
space. It's basically
Okay.
simply right.
Okay.
Then coming to the next, that is services. So services we have in SQL Server, you know that database engine and agent basically, right?
Agent.
But here
Mm-hmm.
only one job, only one service is a SQL sorry, Postgres services, right?
Okay.
And you can just system CTL command there is there's 9 way to restart, stop, and change the settings of the services. Basically, I will show you the command basically here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I've written that one. So one is system CTL. Okay, I have just passed that Postgres, right? It will
Okay.
show the details of how it is loaded, active, or running, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can see the status here. So this is on in 9.5, I think. You can see the version basically, right?
Mm.
But the command is same.
Yeah, command is
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
Okay.
Service Postgres, etc. So you can check also. You can get this type of windows basically. Sorry.
I have tried. I have connected to the database also, but
Mhm.
some need some clarification on that. How to connect other databases and how to get the details on that. I have already used that also.
Mhm.
PSQL, uh, a query window. I
So
have
that
tried.
that is that is going on by default PG, the Postgres database, right?
Yeah.
Then we have a etc and int d, right? Init.d, right? This is a command also for start and stop. See the status. You can collect. You can use that one, right?
Okay. Okay.
MySQL also you can use that same one. We just paste here MySQL. Pass
Okay.
sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Then you can get
Okay.
the same details, right? In
Okay.
Linux boxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we have a database engine. So here is a PG cluster, right?
Mm-hmm.
If PG cluster down, that you cannot able to carry the database server.
Okay.
Simple. So you
Mm-hmm.
can get this down. You can get an error. That is server is not available basically, right? So to see. Mhm.
PG is cluster. Where we can find this PG cluster?
This is a command basically.
Okay, okay. PG is cluster. Okay,
PG is cluster means it will show the status of that details, basically the services, port number, and the directory, data
okay,
file
okay.
directory
That.
and log file directory. See here both.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you get the data file and log file, then will database will be up and running, right?
Mm-hmm.
It will go
Yeah.
in suspect mode or something different. Database state will be changed, right?
Yep.
Because it
Yep.
will not able to read the files and all.
Mm.
Then these are the basic commands. You can pass the database file. You can use also. So these are eight or
Okay.
nine step I have written that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Then you have a PG catalog. So that we have PG catalog of PG's dynamic views. We can say that, right, in SQL
Uh,
Server. So you can
okay.
get
Okay.
all
Views.
the this is a metadata basically. You can get all
Okay.
the views and DMEs to see the performance and other utilization of databases or server instant level details basically, right?
Okay. Okay.
There, see, these are the system catalogs basically, 79 or 80. I think I've created, find out this all this. Okay. So we
Okay.
have just described, you just practice all these things, right? It
Okay. Collection. PG
is
Pro.
basically a class, then views, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a cast, then users, then
Triggers.
progress, range, right? Group,
Triggers.
locks, yes,
Groups.
roles,
Okay.
stats of tables, indexes, right?
Indexes. Mm-hmm.
Inheritance, right?
Yeah.
Then we have view, like just like a view, only 24 view in 2009.5, but I think this is increases in, I think, other versions basically. This is old data basically. See, okay,
Okay. 24 views.
yeah, see
Okay.
this is old basically 9.5 taken from the 9.5 only.
Okay. Okay.
So in say 10, 13, I think there's too many
Mhm.
views already added in the systems basically, but I have not explored that one. I don't get chance to explore basically last 7 to 8 months, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So I have not modified this document also.
yeah.
Mm,
Yes.
this is the template is a open source Linux office basically, open source office, na? We have
Mhm.
installed that time and then we have created this document basically
Okay,
in
okay.
2019. Yes,
Yeah.
19.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have this very frequently using TG catalogs basically activity stats,
Okay.
replication, wall receiver, subscriptions. But that's for replication part.
Okay.
SSLN,
Catalogs means we will see the catalogs option directly in a
just like a table. You
PGAdmin.
can you can get like a table. Select the start from this. You can pass.
Okay, okay. Select star. Like
from
if I give this means it will okay.
yeah, this is
Got it.
it will the system views or catalogs, we can say that simply, or
Okay, okay.
materialized view, you can say that, right? So
Okay,
basically in
okay.
Postgres we can say system catalog or PG catalogs.
Okay, okay.
Then we have the Linux command. Basically you have to check the Linux commands, you can pass this one, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Then you have that apt install get grep IP. You can check the installation part of that Postgres, right? This is a command
Mm,
basically in the Linux box, right?
okay.
Then we have this system data is when we are monitoring that. So Postgres temp 0, template 0, template 1, right?
Yeah.
These are the three only, right? 1, 4, and 5, right? The ID is
Okay.
1, 4, and 5. You can see here also the database ID. Not
Okay.
showing, I think not capture, maybe. So you can get this details basically when passing that slash databases basically, right? In the
Mhm.
command line tool, or we can just go with that PG databases in select the
Okay.
statement TSQL, right?
Okay. Okay.
Using admin tool.
Mhm.
Next, this is the command for finding the table spaces. Sorry, index and table size and
Indexes.
all
Okay.
sizes. Basically, we have created this script basically, right? So
Okay.
total table size, index size, and total size basically, including that index and
Mhm.
tables basically, right? Because every time index page is separate from the table pages, right? You
Mhm.
know about uniform, we can say the extend basically, right? Mixed and uniform extend in SQL Server, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is different part, we are not going on that because this is, we have to just consider this as a performance tuning part, how the data is written to that pages basically, this is index page or table pages, right?
Okay. Okay.
Or later we can see in the SQL Server part, right? Just leave it.
Yeah. Here also we can configure replication and
Yes, replication,
always
log
on,
shipping, log
always
shipping.
unlock.
Yes, yes, cluster, we can say also configure the cluster and cluster, we have done, I have done many times basically. Clustering
Okay.
basically, the automatic failover switch and parallel upgrade, in place upgrade. We have also
Mhm.
done that. Cluster migration, cluster upgrade also have done. I think I have a document,
Okay.
I will share that one
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so this is a command C for database name, and this you can get the sizes of databases basically.
Okay.
This is as PG
This
size
size
PG,
pretty.
then PG is databases, and then we can just pass the data as a from the PG database systems. We were just converting this one from PG databases basically, right? We can find that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then missing index we can find from here.
Okay.
We can get the details and all in the table
These
page.
are not like similar SQL commands.
No, not similar.
Okay. Okay.
See here, PG stats,
Mhm.
right? This
Mhm.
is different one.
Mhm.
There is
Yeah.
PG lesson size, we can say that, right? There is a class basically. You can go
Okay.
inside and
Okay.
you check the class basically. Then
Mhm.
you can calculate. I'm sorry, I'm dry. Since 4 hours I'm standing only.
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry. Actually, I made you hurry. I think.
Basically, you have an intro. No, that's why. If this is a normal, na, I can skip this one today.
Okay. Okay, bro.
Since 11, I'm outside home basically in market for some all these things basically for study. Tomorrow Bandara and all.
Mhm.
Then you can get here that table count and table size, right?
Mhm.
They
Mm.
very frequently use this command. Okay.
Mm.
Then critical
Critical
tables means
values.
that this is basically how many scans is going on, or how many sequential scan or index scan, right?
Mhm.
So you know about the difference between sequential and index scan.
Index.
Sequential means reading row by row, means that is a heap table, like a heap table. Sorry.
Mm.
And this scan means when you're passing that index name, that is go for the that part of
That
indexing
index columns.
and
Okay.
yeah, read that page, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Means faster and slowing the query. So you can, if you get more a sequential scan, means that query is not fast, right?
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
per experience, right? We can say that.
Mhm. Mm.
Next is how we are monitoring basically connections and all, right?
Okay.
So we
Mhm.
command pgstat activity, in that we have to just find out the application name,
Mhm.
state, and database name,
Mm.
Okay, so there's active, ideal, or ideal in transaction. Means transactions completed but waiting for other results, but it's still waiting, because if you get the output, then it will run and complete that session. Ideal means
Okay.
totally perform his activity, all activities, but it is connected to the databases, but not performing any activity.
Okay. Okay.
Simply, that
Okay.
is ideal. So we have a command to kill these ideal sessions. If you are huge amount of connections on that databases, means it taken memory, not releasing the memory and all, right?
Okay. Okay.
You can kill that session in Postgres.
Directly with the command, we
Yes,
can
that,
kill.
yeah, directly with the command. Not kill, but there's a ID where to
They'll
just
show.
pass it.
Yeah, they'll show the status.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
So can you just pass here, na? Kill
Yeah.
that, kill that session which session state ID is ideal basically, not in transaction.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
In
Okay.
transaction is, it is just in between of finishing the task basically, not
Okay.
completed
Okay.
yet,
Okay.
not ideal, not active.
Okay.
Means
Okay.
one task is completed, other is pending, which is waiting for the outputs. So the other worker is working for the same, right?
Okay. So here, if we need to kill the session, we need to get the session IDs also, right?
Yeah, right, right.
So,
Simply.
so where we can get pro session IDs in
We
this?
can get from that PG top also, or here I can go inside. I think if I mention here, I have a different PPT for that. If I have
Okay.
not
Okay.
mentioned here,
Okay. 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 Okay.
then we have a table difference, heap tables, heat ratio, and all. How it is heating the ratio, right?
Okay. Okay.
This is about the heap tables. Read and write or heats. How to you can get here details. Basically, it's a part of performance tuning, right? How
Mm-hmm.
the table is used or not.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get missing indexes, right?
Okay.
You know, find the missing indexes count and all.
Mm-hmm.
Then table index scan, or we can see the difference between table scan or table indexes, index scan, how it is going on, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The count and all, you can get that, right?
Mm-hmm. Total induction scan.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Then we have primary key missing, means there's a heap table basically, right?
Okay. Okay.
Means the table has not index, that is missing it. Primary key means that is a heap table basically, right? The definition of
Okay.
heap table is the table which is not primary key is heap table,
Mm-hmm.
right? Means anyone can ask na in an interview, what is heap table, what do you mean by heap table, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is without index is a heap table simply.
Oh,
Then there, then you can check the locks, right?
okay.
Need id, that is process id, locked by relations name here, right?
Okay.
Or this mode basically, access
Mm-hmm.
shared locked and exclusive lock. Then virtual transaction id, and then virtual transactions, and basically by default everyone granting the lock, right? This true
Yeah. Yeah.
basically, right? I
So
will share this
here also like same locks and all, locks,
simply, but
deadlocks.
there is in SQL or too many lock tab basically, right?
Yeah,
Exclusive,
yeah,
shared, update, right?
yeah, yeah.
So here this is not like that only. There's too many difference here, right?
Okay,
Yeah. Then we have a count. How can we get the count here, right?
okay.
So max count, we can check that for PG settings basically. What is the max connections count? By default is 100 basically, but you have set it here 1000 basically. That
10,000.
kind of,
Okay,
yeah. So
okay.
that depend on the transactions and all. Then you can check that the active and ideal count basically. How many ideal, how many active, right?
Okay, okay.
So you can connect from this and then group by simply the way I write the command, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Then we have a fetch report, insert report, report columns and all. So in SQL Server we cannot find out, right? But in Postgres we can find out which databases, how many data are
column.
selected,
Mm.
inserted, updated, or deleted. You can get that from the database.
Like rows. This is a row
Yes,
count
rows,
or
updated rows. Yeah,
transaction count? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
transactions. So they see in the database name, there's RDB means DB monitor. We have created two databases. So
Mm.
how many rows page select a statement basically. Insert, how many rows inserted, right? Then
Okay,
update, then delete, right?
okay, okay, okay. So
Mm.
then in okay table rows. Okay, that is different. Okay,
Here I have you skip that system databases because we don't need to think on that, right? Postgres
Yeah.
template zero, template one, right? These are
Okay.
system databases. We are going for the user databases only, right?
Okay, bro. Okay.
Then total transactions per databases you can see here, right?
Mhm.
So this is on user that not a user databases. This is only a system databases, right? Skipping
Okay.
that template zero template on because this is not usable basically, right?
Mhm. Okay.
Next, memory allocations you can see from the effective cache size is a part of performance tuning. I have not said here. This is a virtual memory, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Caching the data basically. That is in SQL Server we have a PLE, page life expectancies, right?
PLE,
Here,
page
here,
license.
here, here is effective cache sizes. Then maintenance memory. Then
Okay.
set buffer for the connections and working activities and all.
Mhm.
Temporary buffer and working memory, right?
Mm.
So
So
work
we have
memory and yes, go ahead.
no. Actually, the default one we have just 4 MB work memory,
Mhm,
shared memory 512 MB. That is the
mhm.
default.
No, 128.
Yeah, yeah, 128. And what is that? Maintenance
Yeah,
work memory is a 512 MB.
no, not 512 MB. I think this is 12 MB.
60, 64 MB or something. 12 MB. Okay.
12 was 12 MB. 12 or 16 maybe by
Yeah.
default. Previously it was 8 or 4, I think, but it is
Okay.
when version upgraded, na, it will change basically, right?
Okay. So
Previously
we can increase this memory as
requirement,
requirement.
but we have to
Okay.
just calculate that the worker memory and shared buffer.
Okay.
If
Okay.
you this is a fixed basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shared buffer is fixed, but worker memory assigned as per work activity. So it will be not
Okay.
a static.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the main thing we need to
Yes. Main we have to just focus on this. This is a part of intro
this.
basically. I'm just
Okay.
I've taken 4 interview on Postgres basically in last 1 week.
Mm.
I have just asked what are the memory distribution in Postgres. No one is answering that
Okay.
because it's not a SQL, not a Oracle, not a DB2 HANA and SAP
Yeah.
based
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because here memory is totally different memory management.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
In SAP, you've seen SAP database, HANA database. Have you heard about the HANA database?
Oh no, bro.
HANA database 5 instances divided for the memories and divided into architecture basically.
Okay.
Index server, there is an index server.
Mm-hmm.
There is a big instances, right?
Okay.
So you can get 5 instances in a one instance basically.
Okay.
Every user activity happen on index server. So
Okay.
there are one bad thing in HANA I've seen.
Mm.
You if you allocated memory na and
Mm.
you're getting error na, there's only
Mm.
option to restart the instance.
Then we will lose transactions, right?
Are very bad. I've seen in entity data now. Very bad experience.
Okay.
There's a drawback of HANA.
Yeah.
Writing
Then.
very fast transactions you can perform there. Very fast, right?
Okay.
When it is stuck, na, no option to troubleshooting basically.
Okay.
One guy from Bangalore was working on the L2 level DBA, and I was
Mm-hmm.
just a backup for that. Simply, we have seen many times this situation
Okay. Okay, bro.
for SaaS happen because if you are global lead, na, for one
Mm-hmm.
especially data, I'm SQL and Postgres. I was there, right? For
Okay.
that SQL and Postgres global lead, but
Mm-hmm.
he was for HANA and SQL.
Okay. Okay.
So we are talking every time. He's shown me many times. We cannot do anything. We just restart that instance index server, not whole
Okay.
instance, but index server.
Index server. Okay.
Yep. There's totally different index. Sorry, memory management like Postgres.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So here for SQL and for Postgres is difference is like memory management
Yep.
mostly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most memory
Mostly.
management, data structure,
Okay.
indexes,
Okay.
and we can say that functions here working,
Function.
but procedure
Yeah.
is not working here,
Not process. Yeah. Yeah.
right? So two main differences between R and both R. That is SQL Server is RDBMS. Postgres
Okay.
ORDBMS. This is
Or the
object oriented
object
RDBMS.
or the
In
games.
Postgres, we have facilities.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
can write. You can write. What is that? Not range. We can say that I have done on that R&D on that. You can array. Sorry, there's an array index type.
Ah, yeah, I've seen.
Yeah,
I have
array index
researched
type.
on that.
So you
Mm.
can keep these four column in a one column,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is a different thing. Two main difference you see in that Postgres basically. This is ORDS basically, right? Or
Okay.
SAP HANA is totally a memory database, in memory databases.
Okay.
The database size will be the memory size basically. You can see that.
Okay. Okay, bro.
Oh my God! So you can
The
see that.
skilled
Yeah,
ideal sections. This is
yeah,
the okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
it is two much skilled basically. How it
Okay.
is? PID ID and background ID, right?
Yeah, yeah.
On the user databases.
I mean, SID means here PID.
Yes, process ID.
Process ID. Okay.
Then we have an application. So you have not seen any application. So this is not helpful to you, but we can monitor the application, the slots and all. Also, I have asked how can you see
Mm.
which slot and what are the slot are active or not, right?
Okay. Okay.
No one answered that one. Basically, then I asked to that consulting HR
Mm.
how you are screening the resume. Basically, tell me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To nowadays, people 90% people are you adding secondary or third database as a Postgres or
Yeah, yeah,
MySQL.
yeah,
He
yeah,
knows
yeah.
not know. Don't think about it. But he mentioned that if you're filtering
Mm-hmm.
MySQL or Postgres, na, you get thousands of resume.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not so people are knowing and working on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is part of replication. So you see later. Then OS monitoring, edge top. I think you will work on Linux. So you have idea edge top. You will get this type of window basically.
Okay. And
So
no, bro, I have not worked on Linux before.
okay, so just
Even
I'm
I
showing
don't think.
the
Mm.
environment here. You can see that. Okay.
Mm.
Then this is a part. This options you can pass for that basic commands in that htop basically, right? How can you see that in GB memory, right?
Yeah.
Swap memory, so you can convert this one, right? So
Mm.
convert for the conversion, see this is by default this is kilobyte, then megabyte,
Right.
gigabyte, right?
Yeah.
And it's a human readable format. You can ask you have to pass minus h if your data is splitting anywhere, not fitting in the window basically, right, in the Linux.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that is basically. Then the top command like you have a task manager in
Mm-hmm.
Windows.
Okay.
See all the process you can see.
Top command.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's totally like a task manager.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah. Then we have a difference df, that is df command for checking that
Mhm.
mount points and all.
This is Linux environment, right, bro?
Yeah, Linux, Ubuntu,
Okay.
CentOS, whatever you can say.
Mm-hmm.
So you can, if you want to see the mount point, these are the mount points. Means our local drives, C
Mm-hmm.
drive, D drive. So root is a see this is a root drive, right? Default.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
root drive means a C drive.
Mm-hmm.
Then here is about du minus h. This is for that. What are the files? See what are the files, and we can get the sizes basically
Okay.
in the
Okay.
Postgres because you cannot get a MDF file.
Mm-hmm.
You are
Only
getting
one file.
yes. So
Yeah.
no one file, but inside there is many files. So
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
want which table size is see this is a table name basically number basically.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get that the size of the table basically.
Okay.
This is a table number.
Mm-hmm. See,
Ever, ever.
data file, it will maintain only one data file.
Yes, that is in
Uh,
PG data. That
yeah,
zero one.
PZ data. Yeah.
That zero one. I think that zero one. That zero one. That 0 1 0 2 3. Say we can split that one, but that by default that zero one.
Mm-hmm.
Then about the network and all, you can say that netastats and netastat TLL LNPs, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So listening, how it is listening and which port is listening, you can see that, right? This is a
Mm-hmm.
basic monitoring because we have to know basically, because if you are working on Windows environment, you can say that. If you working on sorry, Linux, then you can say that. But you are working on Windows, we cannot need to say that this type of commands and all.
Okay, okay, okay.
Just I'm showing you. You can just if you want, you can say that. But you can just say that I working on Postgres, but in Windows environment. Simply, no one is
Okay,
going to
okay.
ask anything.
Okay, bro.
Because you stop that na interviewer to ask
Yeah,
any questions basically, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you say you are working on Linux, na too many questions inside there. Too many questions. I
Okay,
ask. I used to ask basically about that mount points and all. How can you? There is a one error. Let's see. No space in your mount point. So what will
okay.
we approach? Means our C drive or D drive got full.
Got full. Yeah.
What will you do as a DBA? Okay.
Yeah,
So if people have work on this issue, na, then reply. We have done this. We have done this. We have done this. Right.
yeah,
But
yeah,
he is not working. He has not seen anything. Then he is not going to reply anything. Right.
yeah.
Then there is a front end tool, basically PGSQL command line tool. That is a primary, basically. That is working as a front end, right? Or back
Yeah.
end, both are working. A PgAdmin working as a back end, front end, both because open source. That is then
Okay.
PHP admin. You've seen about the PHP
PhD
admin.
admin. Yeah,
Yeah, you can connect with the MySQL and Postgres to PHP
yeah.
admin.
Okay.
And here it is some Postgres Studio, PG Bazaar for migration. You can use that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Admire I have not seen anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And PG DevOps I have not seen anywhere. But these are tools basically.
Okay.
Yeah, PG Bazaar is for that is very important for that migrations and other logs basically.
A PG patcher.
PG Bazaar, PG Bouncers also there are tool basically. There are
Okay.
too many extension in Postgres like Oracle. Like
Okay.
Oracle, you have ASM, Golden Gate, Rack. Then you have other things. I think Golden Gate, ASM, Rman, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have to just enable that features, right?
Okay.
So like that in Postgres, you have to just enable that extension basically.
Okay. Okay.
If you want to store your plan, you have to enable that PG action.
Okay.
Yeah, I have already listed that. Then you have a PG statement for all the SQL commands run on the Postgres. You can store there and you can see from there. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot get by default. You cannot get by default. You just enable that extension.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So this is overview about Postgres monitoring, and simply we can say that yeah, monitoring basically, right?
Monitoring. Yeah. Monitoring.
So I will
Tuning.
share basic tuning also, we can say that, right?
Yeah.
So you have to just go to this PPT and all. I will share this
Mm-hmm.
via my email, right? And
Okay.
read it out, and please make sure you are preparing your notes. Basically, this is very old document.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying this.
I'm seeing new also new classes. I mean, not classes. I've gone through the PG admin, right? I have seen many things, and I'm
Yes,
trying to search
yes, yes,
what is this, like
yes,
that.
yes, yes, yes. That
Yeah,
notes is very helpful for you basically.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, so I am just sharing this on the email basically, right? And
yeah, yeah. Sure, sure,
I am not feeling right now. I'm going to sleep basically.
sure, sure. Is there
Totally.
any interview questions, bro, with you for
No, no.
this?
On Postgres, no. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because I have done this is very long basically, right? And
Okay.
I have that's some hands-on experience. Last 6 7 months I'm not working on PGSQL.
So if interview is going to happen is based on SQL, they will how they will ask based on this Postgres only, and they will ask for SQL also.
No, Postgres also. If there's a primary skill is Postgres or SQL Server, then we'll ask from both basically. If the guy is
Okay.
going to hire you basically, right?
Okay. Okay.
If he's
Yeah.
not going to hire, you, will ask different thing. But
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
basically, my experience that if people has basic concept is clear, na, he can do anything.
Okay. Okay.
But he's not knowing any basic thing, then how can he troubleshoot and monitor the system? You have to know about the googling, na.
Yeah. Yeah.
One people said in the interview, if you hired me, na, if I'm not know, I'm very active to learn from the Google.
Learn.
If you
Okay.
if you type there's a locking in the system, you get 15 tab 15 new pages basically, which is right. How can you decide it? Then you have,
Yeah, yeah,
if you have experience, then you could decide this page is proper and good,
yeah, yeah.
right? MS SQL tips or PG
Mm,
double or something like uh, too many people in the market for SQL Server, right? On the top
yeah.
level. So you have to decide that these people writing true content basically with the fact basically, right?
So
So
if we have questions for SQL also, please send me, bro. I'll prepare side by side like
yeah, for
SQL and
SQL, I think I have prepared 500. I think 500. Maybe I have. Maybe
okay,
I have. Yes. Or on my LinkedIn account also, I've saved that one. Like
okay,
2 years ago, I think there's PPT or PDF file. I think so on LinkedIn profile.
okay. Can
I
I
will share
have?
you. Yeah, but not today or not tomorrow. I'm totally
Okay,
busy. 5 to 8
okay,
8 hours. Yeah.
okay.
Okay. So
And
I am just going to stop this sharing. Right.
okay, okay.
And I think we have done. Stop presenting for
One
today.
second, bro. 1 second, bro. I'll open the lock. I'll
Mhm.
open the door lock.
Okay. Okay. I'm stopping the recording, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, bro.